together without our in-person host, Amber Simpson. Amber and I couldn't decide if the hosting duties should be on Zoom or on campus, so we thought, what the heck, why not make it a true united both and? Yeah. Now, before we get started, I should address the elephant in the room. Dustin, you're thinking, I thought he was gone. Well, just think of this as a kind of resurrection. A miracle of sorts. You see, historically, Seminary's Got Talent has been hosted by President Marshall. Apparently, President Marshall just had a baby. I know!
Now that's the miracle. Talk about a miracle.
When she told me, I laughed. And then I lost my voice for 9 months. You can imagine how hard that's made leading Sunday worship. I had to resort to giving my sermons through interpretive dance. And let me tell you, that one on the Song of Solomon was, well, we might be an adult entertainment venue now. Who knew that all I ever needed to be able to join Magic Mike was an MDiv from United Theological Seminary of the Twin Cities? Hey, we have a great show for you tonight. Lots of original music. We have the marvelous Hallie. We have the apocryphal Molly. And just like the House of Representatives, we even got a new speaker today. So I hope you have a great time. First up is Alex Hansen with an original song.
All right. Hi, everybody. Is it on? Yeah. All right. Listen, children, listen, breathe. We are singularly stunning. We are particles aglow. We are complicated beings. We are learning as we go. Listen, listen, children, listen, breathe. Listen, listen, children, listen, breathe. We are beautifully broken. We are powerful and whole. We are strongest in our softness. We are longing to be known. Listen, listen, children, listen, breathe. listen. Listen, children, listen. Breathe.
Thank you so much, Alex. I really, really appreciate it. Tonight's event was sponsored by My Southern Accent. Thank you so much for allowing it to come and be a part of this. And next up, we have Joe reading Mary Magdalene, all the way coming from, where are you coming from, Joe?
Arizona.
Arizona. They don't have Southern accents down there, do they?
But we have heat.
Have heat. Everybody give it up for Joe.
Oh my goodness. My name is Mary Magdalene. Who do you say that I am? Am I the whore that history and the church would have you believe? Am I the woman from whom 7 deadly sins were cast out? Am I the apostle to all of the apostles? The first to witness the risen Christ? Just who is this woman they call Mary Magdalene? You can decide for yourself. I will not give you the answer. I will tell you my story. I was an only child from a wealthy family. My parents were wonderful, loving, nurturing, full of life. My father, an educated man, wanted me to be educated, both in the ways of business and in our Jewish faith, and to know the Torah by heart, which was unheard of for a girl. I made my father proud. I could cite scripture better than any rabbi. That was before I met Jesus, but I'm getting ahead of myself. The problem was, the more I learned, the more angry and frustrated I got with the way things were. First, you have to remember that the city of Magdala was often thought of as the city of sin. Maybe that's why they thought of me as a fallen woman. So if things were tough for women in Jerusalem, think of how much worse they were in Magdala. I know people thought of me as crazy because I was always arguing and preaching for change, which heaven knew we needed. Women were oppressed, slaves were oppressed, foreigners were oppressed, the poor were oppressed, and yet those in power, our holy men, only ignored this oppression. So I argued and I preached, sometimes to the point of getting almost hysterical. But I wasn't really crazy, was I? Here's a question for you. Did you ever notice that my friends, my women friends, are called by the name of their husband, or father, or sons? Mary, wife of Joseph; Salome, mother of James and John; Joanna, wife of Chuza; Mary Magdalene, daughter of daughter of whom? Mary is my name, and I am from the town of Magdala, a city known for its very large tower, so hence Magdalene. And that is how I will forever be known. That was my parents' idea. May God bless them both. They wanted me to have my own identity. Anyway, oppression was just one of the many things I spoke and preached about. And most of the women who came and listened to me agreed, but they were too afraid to speak out. That day, the day I first met Jesus, I was preaching to anyone who would listen. Some of my friends were there, Joanna, Paula, Salome, and the other women. They had brought this Jesus with them because they wanted me to meet him. Oh, great, another holy man. Well, here I was, trying to make people understand that women and children, and those persons we called slaves, were not possessions. If any person, free or not free, was meant to be a possession, then wouldn't we be called God's possessions? But we are called God's children, which means we're family, sisters and brothers. And not one of God's children should ever be a possession. I knew that, so why didn't everyone else understand, which was so obvious to me? Many in the crowd were laughing and yelling crude remarks, which made me angry. I began to raise my voice and actually get a little overzealous. Okay, maybe a little hysterical. But who could blame me? Just when I thought that I might have totally lost control, he raised his arms and the crowd quieted. In a gentle and understanding voice, he said that we were all God's children, and that none of God's children could ever be possessions or slaves in God's eyes. Finally, someone else understood, and many of the people began to nod in agreement. Who was this man that could turn a riotous crowd into a peaceful assembly? Who was this man who could turn jeering into agreement? Many said he was the Son of God. All I knew is that he was what I knew God wanted all of us to be. So, did Jesus drive 7 horrible demons from me that day? Many think of those 7 demons as gluttony, lust, idolatry, blasphemy, impurity, rebellion, and greed. And of course, some thought those demons were rooted in the sin of selling my body. I was not possessed by any of those demons, although I was sick. I was sick mentally and emotionally, intellectually and spiritually, socially and morally, and I was even sick physically. The so-called demons were the frustrations I experienced at wanting to change the way things were and not knowing how to do it. But this man, this Jesus, he knew. I'd finally met a man who could touch my heart and soul as no one had ever done. Here was the rabbi who could teach me. Here was a man who was both gentle and strong, patient and insistent, reverent and irreverent, a man of God who was unwilling to blindly obey the priests or the Romans, a person who was full of unshakable conviction and doubt. Here was a man who could teach us all. I followed Jesus from that day. Sometimes the others, especially the men, were jealous of my special friendship with Jesus. I remember once they asked him, "Why do you love her more than all of us?" And Jesus replied, "Why do I not love you like her? If a blind person and one who can see are both in the darkness, they are the same. When the light comes, the one who will see the light, the one who can see will see the light, and the blind person will stay in darkness." Jealousy had kept them in blindness then, and it does now. It was from Jesus that I learned the true meaning of love. I would have followed him to the death. I did follow him to the cross. I should tell you that he warned me from the very beginning. He told me that he would leave me someday. I heard the words, but I refused to hear the message. I remember hearing the hammer strike the nails as the centurion drove them into his hands and feet. Every blow drove the nail deeper and deeper into my heart. When they raised the cross, I looked up into his eyes, and without a word spoken, we both knew. I remember wrapping my arms around the cross and holding it as if I were holding him. Blood from his wounds dropped to the ground and mixed with my tears. I remember praying that God would be merciful and take him quickly. And I remember the sky getting dark and the earth trembling as he breathed his last. Then they put him in the tomb. And we had to wait until the Sabbath was over before we could go to anoint his body. During that time, I prayed that when the time came to anoint him, the Romans would seize me as one of his followers and would sentence me to death. Sweet death would be so much better than life without our Lord. Jesus taught me the true meaning of love when he appeared to me that day at the tomb. Even in death, love prevails. Even in death, he prevails. After he appeared to me, I did as he asked, and I ran to tell the others. Peter's words were harsh and they wounded me deeply. Did he then speak with a woman in private without our knowing it? Are we to turn about and all listen to her? Did he choose her over us? It was Levi who spoke with a level head. Peter, you have always been a wrathful person. Now I see you contending against the woman like the adversaries. For if the Savior made her worthy, who are you then, for your part, to reject her? Assuredly, the Savior's knowledge of her is completely reliable. That is why he loved her more than us. Rather, we should be ashamed. We should clothe ourselves with the perfect human. Acquire it for ourselves as he commanded us, and announce the good news, not laying down any other rule or other law that differs from what the Savior said. My name is Mary Magdalene. I was chosen to be a disciple of our Lord Jesus Christ, to give witness to his life, his death, and his resurrection, and to bring the good news to all who follow him. I am the apostle to all of the apostles.
And now a brief word from our sponsor.
Just a friendly word from the SLC. Oh wait, I'm not on the SLC anymore. And neither are you, Dustin. Oh, Amber. Okay. Just remember to put in your calendars January 1st. Get your nominations in. We need at least 14 names so that we can whittle it down to 7. Because that's how many typically leave. Just kidding, just kidding. But self-nominate. We don't force or coerce anyone to participate in seminary or seminary leadership. So thank you so much to the SLC for hosting and hosting and hosting and speaking on our behalf. Much gratitude.
Thank you, Pan. Next up, we have Emily with an original song.
Sorry, I'm late, y'all. I was trying to get in on the other side. So I did some parkour and I made it all the way here. Okay. I just need. Hey, Michael. I think you're so great. Round of applause for Michael. I need a capo. That's what I need.
Make one of my cards.
I got one.
Okay.
Thanks.
Do you need a stand?
Nope. I think, yeah, I'll be like right here. Yes, hi Zoomers. Hi. I'm Emily. I'll need to take just a quick second to tune, but I'll tell you a little story. Hopefully I can multitask like that. I think I can. For those of you who haven't heard this story, I got a job running our UU campus ministry in Urbana, Illinois in 2020. Just about a month before shelter in place, and so it was a perfect time to train and learn to lead a nonprofit. But my predecessor, I think she was 86 when she left her post. And we had about a month together before she had to move into hospice care. And she ended up dying of COVID. So this is my dedication to her. there's some pretty, she left a sweet legacy, so. The stain on her sweater made him think she didn't know better. She could wrap her intellect around his petrified mind. Jukeboxes and horn-rimmed glasses, they'd laugh and she'd brush past them when she applied to study in the city. Did she think it'd get easier in time? Like the garden overcome with vines, what is left behind? What is left behind? Got hitched and got pregnant too. Found a teaching job at 22 till the city code told her to move along. Principal said we can't risk you, dear. Bunch of rowdy kids around here, but the only one pushing was her boss as he closed the door. Did she think it'd get easier in time? Did she feel it, or was it left behind the eyes? 2 steps up, 1 step aside. Step aside. Her husband turned a yelling prick. I guess she kinda got used to it till one day she left without a goodbye. Countless jobs and not much pay. Still somehow she always found a way to turn crumbling walls into a sanctuary. Did she think it'd get easier in time? Did she know she'd be left alone to die? I didn't know it would be our last goodbye. 2 steps up, 1 step aside. 1 step aside. Put your feet up to shore up other men's shame. Don't you know your truth is all our gain? Yeah, it's all our gain. Put your feet up, mama, the chores are all done. Don't you worry, mama, there's so much left to come. May the morning birds guide your day. Hear the horizon lines sing your name. The seeds you've sown bear fruit, sweeter every day. Mama, take a taste. Put your feet up, mama.
Wow, thank you, wow. Great job, Emily. Great job. Wow, that was amazing. Next up, we have Babs, ready to perform some poems. Coming straight to you from her pink sweater and her blue hair. Take it away, Babs.
This is fine, but I have to make it for short people. This is a poem I wrote after reading Julian of Norwich. All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. But is it? I am seized by the faith it took to stand there and be bricked in, and also so very, very angry that your light was kept under a cover. Certainly I am no stranger to the ecstasy and vision, oracle, prophetess, woman who sees. Such power in that darkness, power in the silence, power in the will, power in the daring, power in the knowing. All shall be well, and the power dropped as an anchor. At least your words have survived to reach my ears. At least the small thing in your palm is known to those who seek the vision of women long gone. All shall be well, you say again, and I weep for the turning of women's holy magic used to imprison them, of the faith of women turned on its head and so frightening that you had to whisper through a window, I know, not every woman whose faith shone high and clear, but enough, and definitely you, Julian. And when will all things be well? Here we sit 1,000 years later, still trying not to be bricked into metaphorical rooms, led there by laws governing our organs and laws governing our hair, and always, always the fear of the power we actually possess. Julian, I see you. I know you in my bones. Your words sing in my blood and burn in my mind. I am joyous for your faith and rage for your release, for our release, for any release from the bricked up anchor women we have all become. How shall it be well? How shall it be well? How shall all things be well? And you answer me with faith.
Stay tuned after this word from our sponsor for the Gin Bach Band and the marvelous Hallie.
So far, it's been so amazing, but we have a special guest today. Anyone take a guess of that special guest? That's right, it's Frankie, the Monstera. Now, Frankie is dying. Yes, that's right, he's dying. Or they're dying, we don't know the gender of Frankie. Frankie's dying. And so we have a tradition here at United. The administration loves to give plaques to people who are dying when they give of themselves to the seminary. So, Frankie, thank you so much for being here with us today. And we're giving you this honorary plaque for dying. Thank you. And now, Jen Bach and the band.
All right, thank you so much. I want to give credit to Melanie DeMore, who I was watching and listening to, and she talked about the history of people who were enslaved who sang spirituals, and these spirituals they cried out in sorrow, but those spirituals brought hope, and they helped them to fight and to be resilient and to resist. And then those became activism songs and protest songs. And so this song is our protest song of resilience, and it's a weapon of mass connection and hope in this world. For United. United we can. And I would like for you to all echo me. I'm gonna sing each line, and then everybody is invited to play instruments and use your body and sing in response. All right. And thanks to Reverend T. Michael and David for helping me with this. All right. United we can.
United we can.
Bring hope to our land.
Bring hope to our land.
With spirit to guide.
With spirit to guide.
And love on our side.
And love on our side.
For justice and peace.
For justice and peace.
And our bodies to be seen.
And our bodies to be seen.
With reverence and love.
With reverence and love.
Unique each one.
Unique each one.
Every culture and creed.
Every culture and creed.
Every sexuality.
Every sexuality.
Every gender to be free.
Every gender to be free.
In our authenticity.
In our authenticity.
Those who walk and those who ride.
Those who walk and those who ride.
With different hearing and sight.
With different hearing and sight.
Let our voices be heard.
Let our voices be heard.
And valued and seen.
And valued and seen.
For our planet to see.
For our planet to see.
Sustainability.
Sustainability.
And care for our land.
And care for our land.
Forests and wetlands.
Forests and wetlands.
United we can.
United we can.
Bring hope to our land.
Bring
God.
With spirit to God.
And love on our side.
And love on our side.
With spirit to God.
With spirit to God.
And love on our side.
And love on our side.
All right. Thank you so much. United we can.
Next up, we have the act I know you've all been waiting on. The marvelous Hallie is here with her dads, and she is going to give us some tricks and treats. Oop.
All right, there we go. So this is Hallie. Hallie, hi Hallie. No. Stay there. Stay there. Stay. So she's almost 3 years old. She's a Beagle Foxhound mix that we adopted right before Halloween 2 years ago. So therefore, Hallie, yes. So she's going to share a few tricks with us today. We also brought her younger brother, Murphy, who's another Beagle mix that we adopted, who's about a year and a half. And he's in training to be a therapy dog, so hopefully a crisis response dog. So if you're inclined and you want to visit with him, that's very good for him. So, but are you ready? Are you ready? You ready to do your tricks? Yeah. Okay, can you give me a high five? Yes, good girl. Okay, hop down. Okay. Hallie, can you spin? Can you spin? Good girl. So Hallie can do sort of standard dog tricks like this. She can catch her treats. And she, in fact, has, since this time last year when she performed, she actually earned a novice trick title with the American Kennel Club as a result of taking the training to do this show. However, Hallie does have an intellectual side to her. And we're going to show how she can, when faced with the hoops, ecclesial and academic hoops. Come here. Jump. Jump. Yeah. Jump. 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 Come here. Yeah. Good. See, she can jump right through academic and ecclesial hoops. Hallie also has another talent. Note the complex theological concepts. It's okay. Oh. Yes. Soteriology, eschatology, consubstantiation, cataphasis, kenosis, salvation. I'm reading these upside down. Primordial nature of God, the ground of being, metaphysics. Yeah, tricks for me. Atonement, perichoresis, sanctification, dispel. Oh, is it? Well, anyway, so you've got complex theological traditions. Come here, Hal. Watch. Hallie, jump. She soars right over them. Hallie, jump. Yeah, good girl. So she takes those in a single bound now, but let us think not that she's merely intellectual. No, no, no. When she's faced with systemic problems like homophobia, misogyny, and racism, she can topple them all. Oops. Come here, Hallie. 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 Topple them. Yeah, get that one. Yeah, good girl. Watch how oppression falls. All right, are you ready? This is your hardest trick. Come here. Can you take a bow? Can you take a bow? Oh, wow, close. That was very close. All right. Well, thank you all for your attention to our...
I think Hallie got an A+ from Dr. Marshall. Dr. Sabiatanis, however, got an F for misspelling perichoresis. Next up, we have a very special talent. David is coming up to perform, from what I understand, is a part of your master's project.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's going to greet us for the very first time with songs that he wrote for a play. So thank you, David. Take us away.
So thank you. Well, thank you to T. Michael Brock and to Jen Bach here on piano. So this is Celebrate the God Among Us.
Pass your class too, as you ask the professor to perform with you. You have to grade this class, you know, so.
This is a celebration of gender diverse persons as the God among us. And I will be performing this as part of a much larger set on January 12th at All God's Children MCC. And this is the project I am doing for my MDiv in social transformation. So Jen, hit it. Transgender God among us, the image of God's in your eyes. Transgender God among us, creating yourself is so divine. Genderqueer God among us, don't need to hide in your mind. Genderqueer God among us, we love to see your whole self shine. Celebrate the God among us. Love calls us to create who we are. Celebrate the God among us. Courage we learn from the boldest hearts. Allied with you, live in your truth. We feel your glorious beat in every heart, in every heart. Genderless God among us, expressing in so many ways. Genderless God among us, your fiery spirit brightens my days. All gendered God among us, diverse and yet wonderfully same. All gendered God among us, we are the rainbow in the rain. Celebrate the God among us. Love calls us to create who we are. and every heart. Celebrate the God among us. Love calls us to create who we are. Celebrate the God among us. Courage we learn from the boldest hearts. Highlight with you, living your truth. We feel your glorious beat in every heart, in every heart. You're the God among us.
Our final 4 acts will come after this brief word from our final sponsor.
This Symposium Week is brought to you by Zoom and Michael. But we all know that those of you who were attracted to come in person from all over this country and other countries really just came for President Marshall. And if you haven't been in person, you need to book it on your calendar next year for Theological Children. The real star of the show.
Next up, we have Elliot with, this one doesn't say original song, so I don't know. A song. Perhaps original, perhaps not.
It's not. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, so essentially, I'm in this gay choir around here, and we sing this song. And I was at rehearsal on Monday. I was like, "Dang, this is a really United-y sounding song." It hadn't occurred to me before Monday, and then on Monday I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy." Yeah. So now I'm gonna. It requires a great deal of audience participation, so I'm enlisting all of you. This is a choral song. Okay, so let me find my starting note on this piano. I don't have perfect pitch. I wish. Okay, I'm looking at a. Okay. So yeah, you got it. This side is singing that. Okay, now it's an ooh sound. Ooh, ooh. Okay, great, you got it. Now I'm gonna sing, and after every line that I sing, you sing it back to me, right? Okay. Ooh, ooh. And when I rise, let me rise, like a bird, joyfully. And when I fall, let me fall, like a leaf, gracefully, without regret. While I stand, let me stand, like a tree, strong and tall. And when I lie, let me lie, like a lake, be calm and still. And
like a breeze, refreshingly, light and clear. When I rise, let me rise like a bird, joyfully. And when I fall, let me fall like a leaf, gracefully, without regret. Good job, team.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You guys sound amazing, by the way. Not me, my voice. I mean, if you know me at all these last couple days, you know that I cannot talk and I cannot sing. On a good day, I cannot sing. So even on the worst day, I still cannot sing. So you all sound wonderful. Thank you, Elliot, so much for that. Next, we have T. Michael delivering a poem. Take it away, T. Michael.
Oh, there's my picture. My spiritual practice for my life, since I was a little kid, is to wander and get lost. It was much more safe and wonderful to be out in the woods than around people. And God spoke to me in those places, and so one of the things I do is when I wander is sometimes when I'm out wandering or when I come back, I write poems about things, and I rarely ever share them. Tracy knows this. So this is going on a limb. So no title. I don't do that. Goes like this. Back in the woods, where the red pines grow high and ferns mingle on the forest floor, there is a post possibly planted by a muscled teenager, aided by shovel and sledge they carried there. Between tree roots and critter tracks, the post has seen many winters and the wanderings of wind and wildflowers. The post had a purpose, long forgotten, half buried in the sandy soil. Until a woman slumped in grief, walking slowly, is stopped by the cry of a hawk overhead and the scampering of two fawns on her left. Her visitors invite her to notice the weathered post and imagine. In her grief, she sensed the invitation from the hawk, the deer, the wind, and the 4 drops of rain that broke the canopy and landed softly on her hand, neck, forearm, and the post. Messages, reminders, consolation, and connection, all pulling her from isolation into relationship. Tears of gratitude mixed with sprinkles and sap, connecting her to coordinates of place and time. She returns exactly 1 year later with 2 brackets and a handful of long screws, a cordless drill, and a mailbox she bought at a garage sale for $3. She built a refuge, a sanctuary on that post for messages to be sent and received, holy ground with no trail nearby and access from any direction. Over the years, it was discovered by others on heavy walks of grief, by young and old lovers, and by others who wander the woods and wonder. It was filled with notebooks, scraps of papers, and small gifts of gratitude and memories of pain. The mailbox was rusty and worn, and the post crooked and splintered when I walked into a spider's web between 2 trees and stopped in my sadness. I felt surrounded in that moment by the stories of the birds and beasts that passed along this place. The wind sang, the birds whistled, and I opened the creaking hinge of the mailbox door. Emotion rushed out, love, sadness, joy, abandoned by every measure. abounded by every measure. In me, around me, a place to grieve, a space to hold joy and pain, an invitation to share that this was holy ground. I lost myself in broken beauty. The mailbox had become a mirror, my own brokenness, an invitation to receive revealed. I don't remember leaving that space, as part of me never has. I whispered this story to a friend in the hope that it was actually real. Together we gathered a shovel and sledge and everything we needed to make it new. Now the temptation to make it perfect and have clear meaning clouded my heart like gray skies over barbed wire. One voice, another friend, suggested we put a cross in the woods next to it, and another person wanted to paint G-O-D on the door, as if the creatures who crawled, flew, slithered, galloped, and walked by needed any direction. And the voice in my heart said, let the sacred be sacred. Let grief be grief. Let love be love. Let go and let the box in the woods be the box in the woods. No barriers, only invitation. So on a cold, crisp fall day after a hard frost and a full moon, we took our tools to the forest. We called the directions and asked the creatures and critters to bless our task. It was going to be hard to remove the old rotted post and rusty box, but the storms had taken all that work away. The box lay on the forest floor, having died well and gently. The rotted post was already home to beetles and bugs. The sandy soil opened up with a little effort, and before the breeze finished blowing, we were done. A new box on a new post, there in the pines, where birds sing, squirrels play, and people wander. The rusty old box still sits on a shelf in the shed and in my heart. I visit the box in quiet times when I need to leave something behind, or when I try too hard to pretend that I'm in control. I wonder how the new box is doing out there past the ferns. And I celebrate that I had a chance to answer the call.
I hope we all get a chance to answer that call. Thank you so much, T. Michael. Before we enter our two last guests, singers and prophets, I'd like to say thank you so much to my co-host, Dustin, for all the way from Seattle, has come and co-host with me. So thank you so much. And then thank you, Michael. Once again, thank you so much. Michael has just been amazing this week, and can't thank you enough, Michael. All right, so next up we have Bridget and their roommate, Christy. Thank you so much. Y'all come on down. Give it up for them.
Hey, yeah, I'm so happy to be here with Christy. I just moved in with her and Michael in June, and we've been just collaborating on some music, so it's fun. This is kind of our first time really like doing it together in public. And yeah, I wrote this song all the way back in my first semester of grad school of seminary. And I just feel like I want to credit my teachers at that point. I was in classes with Dr. Gia Star Brown and Dr. Oz Freeman and Dr. Packman. And I feel like just those three classes like really they all influenced this for me. I felt like it was during finals and, the things that happen in the in-between spaces of finals. Okay, it's called The Wildest Thing. The hardest thing to learn these days is
because I am the earth. The earth. The wildest thing to be these days is our most loving selves. Love was sold as the power to be it all, but it's the power to need. The earth. The earth. Do you really think that it's possible to do it on your own? To do it on your own? The brightest thing to be these days is our own stunning light. When we see the light within ourselves, it can scare us back inside. But there's nothing wrong with what's inside, so let's let it out. We're only scaring the parts of ourselves that don't believe in the light. The earth. The earth. Do you really think that it's possible to do it on your own? To do it all your own? Do you really think that it's even possible to do it on your own? To do it all? Do it all? Do it all?
For our final act tonight, we have a real treat. A prophetess, the purveyor of the most combustible chili this side of the Mason-Dixon line. The apocryphal Molly is here to recite her newest texts and hymns.
And better than the other side of the Mason-Dixon line also. On occasion, the prophet Molly makes a visitation to this place. Lo, in those days, in the fall of the year in 2023, the word of God came to the prophet Molly. She spaketh what she heareth to the faithful and not so faithful at United as they gathered to hear her utterance. If she is not a true prophet, take up stones to rid yourselves of her blasphemy, her pestilent prophecy. Hear now the divine word. Verily, I perceive that my people are marking their bodies with strange signs and symbols. They have graven images on their arms, on their legs, defying the commandment to make for thyselves no graven images. When they rolleth up their sleeves, animals, sayings, symbols peeketh out without shame. Do these remain my people? Even professors, the chosen teachers of my people, have fallen away into this grave sin. I summon as witness Dr. Justin Sabian Tanis. And the one who serves the offices of the dean and the president may be the worst offender. He's been even banished from being here this night. Mr. Luna, I pray that he may not be cast out into outer darkness, for Luna may not be able to enlighten it all. Some in our company transgresseth further by the piercing of their bodies. Ears, noses, eyebrows, and who knows where else. They defile their holy bodies by making them holier. Even the leaders of the Leadership Center have rings in their noses. How can they speak with the unction I require with such impairment? Where have the priestly garments gone? They no longer weareth the symbols of their offices, as the Lord commandeth. God saith, the robe would be lined with bells, so that the priest could be heard at all times and retrieved if he died in God's presence. When the bells ceaseth, he would be drug out of the holy sanctuary, lest they say, lo, he stinketh. The turban worn on the head was to present an offering holy to the Lord. The breastplate, the ephod, the blue robe distinguished these servants of God. Only your servant Moonjed weareth the turban as commanded. Now those claiming to be spiritual leaders wear ripped jeans. They adorneth their heads with ball caps, toboggans, and sunder other coverings. Woe unto thee, who defile their calling with unseemly attire. The priestly leaders are to cover their heads appropriately. Dr. Wheeler would rather risk blasphemy than obedience. Even my chosen servant, Dean Roberts, wears mostly plaid. Hardly befitting one of such high office. Mr. Swinson, who tends to the treasury of this sacred house, has never seen a tie. How can he be trusted if his neck is exposed? The bankers will say, depart. We never knew you. Why do men wear long hair and women wear it short? Is this a confusion of gender? Lo, it is written, long hair was given to women as a covering, and it is not fitting for men to have long hair. Perhaps the exceptions or Samson, Absalom, Jesus. Behold what happened to them. Once again, the word of the Lord came to the faithful and the not so faithful at United, warning the latter that these things are not pleasing to God. Lo, in 12 months, I will send my prophet Molly to remind you of my teaching. Hear her words. I'm going to go public with a vice that I have. I don't have many, but this is one I have clung to for many years. Bad hymns. I love hymns. I love to hear them sung. I've always enjoyed playing hymns, arranging them. That said, there are some you might want to avoid. What would Jesus sing? There are hymns Jesus would not have liked. And what follows is a sampling of unintended hymnic humor, quaint songs, strange expressions. From the otherwise grand medieval Palm Sunday hymn, All Glory, Laud, and Honor, comes this gem from the original stanza 7, now always omitted. O Lord, be thou the rider, and we the little ass, that to God's holy city together we may pass. And then an old gospel hymn found in the beloved Brown hymnal of 1930. It's Even Me, a contemplative prayer seeking God's blessings. Lord, I hear of showers of blessing thou art scattering, full and free. Showers the thirsty land refreshing. Let some droppings fall on me. Later versions edited it. From the Covenant Green hymnal, 1950, are several rather curiously worded hymns. More and more my heart's aflutter with thoughts I may not utter. Sounds like a cardiologist might be required. When heaven's opening gates invite the pilgrim's feet, and Jesus at the entrance waits to place them on his seat. That one is not often sung. Also in the green hymnal is a hymn entitled, Awake My Soul to Joyful Lays. Teenagers love that one. And then there are children's hymns. Let dogs delight to bark and bite, for God has made them so. Let bears and lions growl and fight, for 'tis their nature too. But children, you should never let such angry passions rise. Your little hands were never made to tear each other's eyes. Isaac Watts, thank you. Try that in your local Sunday school. And then there's one entitled My Honeymoon. I don't think this is a Calvinist hymn, actually, nor a Puritan one. Jesus is the only lover of my soul. He has won my heart and now has full control. Other lovers come and go. Jesus never leaves me, so there's a honeymoon in my heart all the time. And two others that are my very favorites. The bells in hell. The bells in hell go ting-a-ling-a-ling for you, but not for me. The little devils in hell, how they sing-a-ling-a-ling for you, but not for me. Wait for it. O death, where is thy sting-a-ling-a-ling for you, but not for me. And then the old missionary hymn that makes the point for inclusive language like nothing else. If men go to hell, who cares? It's a missionary hymn. Who cares? Who cares? Oh Lord, who cares? While the world rushes on to sin and despair, if men go to hell, who cares? And then the one that has been enshrined as a printer error, probably gets first prize. You might want to avoid this song in morning worship. There's crap on the door. Ring the bells softly. This is a funeral hymn. Ring the bells softly. There's crap on the door. One now is sleeping whose sorrows are o'er. White folded hands and calm, silent breast, peacefully, lovingly, now take their rest, waiting the judgment day passing before. Ring the bell softly. There's crap on the door. Soon mother will be on the yon peaceful shore, where there never will be crap on the door. This 1896 hymn was from the Presbyterians, and evidently it should have been crepe, because decorate a door with black crepe. But either the printer was having a grand day, was a little bit in the grape that night, but there's crap on the door has remained a part of hymnody in infamy. May you be so blessed.
Thank you so much. Dustin, are you still here? All right.
I am still here for 3 more minutes.
All right. Well, let's send Dustin off. Everybody say bye, Dustin. Bye, Dustin. We love you, Dustin. Thank you so much for co-hosting from Seattle. Woo! And thank you so much for the 2023 Seminary's Got Talent. I hope that someone will say that they'll do it next year. Lead it, co-host it. Who will be the next one, right? Yes, you, Emily? Mr. Murad, Dr. Murad? Of course, Dr. Murad. Sign Dr. Murad up for next year. Co-host next year. But yes, please come out next year for Symposium. We thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone. Drive safe.